Hello friends, myself Ashok Bagda from Dr. Subhash Technical Campus, and today we are going to discuss about classifications of vibration. So let us start, my dear friends. First of all, we see that let us understand about vibration. So in a simple way, we can say that vibration. So vibration, when any elastic body such as a spring, shaft or a beam is displaced from the equilibrium position by means of external forces, and when we release these external forces, then it commences cyclic motion. Such a cyclic motion of a body or a system is due to the elastic deformation under the application of external forces, and it is known as a vibration. That means when any body is having motion, having to and fro motion from its mean position, then we can say that body is under the vibration. Now, there are many reasons, there are many causes of vibration. We can say that the unbalanced forces, unbalanced couple, friction, winds, earthquake, these are the causes of vibration. Because of that, vibration is created. If we see the disadvantage of vibration, then there are major disadvantages are undesirable noise in machines, loosening of assembly, excessive stresses are developed in machine component, and sometimes the fatigue failure, it is also responsible. Fatigue failure is the major disadvantage of vibrations. Now if we focus on advantages, then we know that the musical instruments are because of the vibrations. Some conveyors, some vibrating, some civil engineering machines, some stress relieving equipments are the gift of vibrations. Because of vibration, these instruments, these machineries are we can use. Now let us come our topic, classifications of vibration. So here you can see that the vibrations are classified in 5 ways. So first way is according to the actuating force. So we classify the vibration according to the actuating force. Second one is according to the external resistance. Third one is according to the motion of system with respect to the axis. Fourth one is according to the behavior of vibrating system, and fifth one is according to the magnitude of actuating force at a given time. Okay, now so this is a complete classification of vibration. According to the actuating force, there are two types of vibration: free vibration and forced vibration. According to the resistance, we can say that there are two types of vibration: undamped vibration and damped vibration. According to the motion of system with respect to the axis, we can say that there are three types of vibration: longitudinal vibration, transverse vibration, and torsional vibration. According to the behavior of vibrating system, there are two types of vibration: linear vibration and non-linear vibration. And last one, according to the magnitude of actuating force at any given time, is deterministic vibration and random vibration. So let us discuss one by one. We start from the first. According to, we classify the vibration according to the actuating force. According to the actuating force, that means if a force is acting on a body, either force is acting or not. So first one is a free or a natural vibration. So let us understand, when no external force act on a body after giving an initial displacement, then body is said to be under free or a natural vibration. So we can say that when there is no forces is acting on the system, then a vibration of body is known as a free vibration or a natural vibration. So if we consider simple pendulum, my dear friends, if we consider simple pendulum, so pendulum, if we displace the pendulum from its mean position, and if we neglect the effect of friction and air resistance, then our pendulum having a motion, to and fro motion, and such kind of motion is, and because of such kind of motion there are some vibration in simple pendulum. So this vibration is known as a free vibration. and the frequency of such kind of vibration is known as a natural frequency. Now let us discuss about second types of vibration is a force vibration. So when the body vibrates under the influence of external force, then the body is said to be a under force vibration. The external force applied to the body is a periodic disturbing force created by unbalance. The vibrations have the same frequency as the applied force. So when continuous force is applied on the vibrating system, then a body or a system is under the force vibration. So if we consider pendulum of clock, so pendulum of clock, or we consider the component of IC engine, piston, okay. So the piston is vibrating continuous under the application of force. Such kind of vibration is known as a force vibration. We know that the pendulum of clock, so continuous force is applied to the pendulum of clock. Now second way we can say that vibrations are classified according to the external resistance. Vibrations are classified according to the external resistance. So there are two types of vibration, damped vibration and second is undamped vibration. So when energy of vibrating system is gradually dissipated by the friction and other resistance, then vibration are said to be a damped vibration. Suppose if we consider a simple pendulum, we displace the bob of the pendulum from its mean position, then our bob will oscillate about the pivot. And after some period of time, after 1 hour or after 30 minutes or 1 hour, our pendulum will come in a equilibrium condition because of the air resistance and friction at the pivot. So such kind of vibration, if we consider a simple pendulum with friction and air resistance, then we can say that it is a damped vibration. So here vehicle suspension, we know that in a vehicle there are suspension. So when there are some uneven road, is when we ride our vehicle on uneven road, then some vibration is occur in our suspension. But this vibration, the amplitude of vibration will decrease, the frequency is decrease, or we can say that there are damper is provided to reduce the effect of such vibration. So vehicle suspension, it is the best example for damped vibration. Second one is a undamped vibration. So we know that if there is no external resistance, to the vibrating system, then vibration is known as a undamped vibration. Now again we consider simple pendulum without air and friction resistance. If we consider simple pendulum without air resistance and friction resistance, then it is known as a undamped free vibration. In a practice, there is no presence of undamped free vibration. So here we understand the damped vibration and undamped vibration from the graph. So here this is the displacement and this is the time. So this is the first cycle of vibration, this is the second cycle of vibration. So we clearly see that when in an undamped free vibration, there is no reduction in amplitude of vibration. So in a first cycle, this is the amplitude of vibration. In a second cycle, this is also same amplitude. So we can say that undamped free vibration having no reduction or there is no decrement in the amplitude of vibration. So we can say that at any instant of time there is the same magnitude. Second one is a damped vibration. So in a damped vibration, we know that this is the first cycle, this is the second cycle, this is third cycle. So cycle by cycle, the amplitude of vibration will continuously decrease with respect to time. So if we consider friction, air resistance in a simple pendulum, the amplitude will continuously decrease, and at some time it will comes in a equilibrium condition. So When the amplitude of vibration is continuously decreased with respect to time, then it is damped vibration, and amplitude is constant at any instant of time, then it is undamped vibration. Now third one, in a third way, we can classify the vibration according to the motion of system. According to the motion of system. So if we consider, first one is a longitudinal vibration, second is a transverse vibration, and third is a torsional vibration. So when system vibrates along the axis of system, suppose if we consider a simple spring mass, system, and if we displace the mass from its mean position, then the mass will continuously move in upward and downward direction. Then the system vibrates along its axis, then it's called longitudinal vibration. Second one is a transverse vibration. System vibrates perpendicular to the axis of system. Suppose if we consider cantilever beam, and if the cantilever beam is vibrating in a transverse direction to the axis of beam, that's why it is known as a transverse vibration. And third one is a torsional vibration. So when system vibrates in a circular direction about its axis, then it is known as a torsional vibration. Twisting and untwisting of shaft, it is an example of torsional vibration. Let us understand the longitudinal, transverse and torsional vibration by using this figure. So if we consider the disc is attached at the end of shaft, so one end of this shaft is fixed and another end there is one disc is attached. If we neglect the mass of the shaft, and if suppose we consider the shaft is a elastic body, if we displace the disc from its mean position, then our disc will continuously vibrate, continuously move, having to and fro motion in this direction. So this is then examples, because here disc vibrates along the axis. So that's why it is known as a longitudinal vibration. Now if we consider the same disc, same shaft, if our disc is vibrating in this direction, then the vibration is known as transverse vibration, because here vibration occurs perpendicular to the axis of system. In same way, if a disc rotates about its axis, if disc oscillates in this way, then it is known as a torsional vibration. Now let us discuss a fourth category of vibration. So we classify the vibration according to the behavior of system. So first one is a linear vibration. So in a vibrating system, the spring, mass and damper behaves linearly, then vibration is called linear vibration. So we know that a spring, if we consider spring, mass system with a damper, if a spring, mass and damper all behaves linearly, then we can say that the vibration is known as a linear vibration. And another one, the equation of this governing equation of linear vibration, it is also linear. Second one is a non-linear vibration. In a vibrating system, spring, mass and damper behaves non-linearly, then vibration is known as a non-linear vibration. The spring mass system vibrates in a transverse direction. If we consider a spring mass system vibration longitudinal vibration, then it is a linear vibration. If we consider transverse vibration, then it is a non-linear vibration. And governing equation is a non-linear. So last classification is according to the magnitude of actuating force. So first one is a deterministic vibration and second is a random vibration. If the magnitude of external excitation force acting on the vibrating system is known at any instant of time, then excitation is known as a deterministic and resulting vibration is known as a deterministic vibration. Let us understand by this example, vibration due to the rotating unbalanced masses. So if we know the magnitude of force, because of that vibration is occur, then we can say that vibration is known as a deterministic vibration. So if we consider rotating unbalance vibration due to the rotating unbalanced masses, so we know that unbalanced forces because of rotating masses. So we know the magnitude of unbalanced forces, and because of the known magnitude of unbalanced forces, there are some vibration, and vibration is known as a deterministic vibration. Now let us understand random vibration. So if the magnitude of external excitation force acting on the vibrating system is unknown at any instant of time, then excitation is known as a non-deterministic and resulting vibration is known as a random vibration. So if we consider the magnitude of external excitation force is unknown, for example, if there is an earthquake and because of the earthquake the building vibrates, the magnitude of forces is unknown at any instant of time, then the vibration of building is known as a random vibration. Okay, so vibration because of earthquake, vibration because of wind is known as a random vibration. Let us understand. So in a deterministic vibration the magnitude of amplitude of vibration is known at any instant, but in a random vibration the amplitude of vibration we cannot determine the amplitude of vibration at any instant. So amplitude is not a constant. Okay, it is not a constant at any instant of time in a random vibration. So thank you my dear friends.